So I just came back from lunch with one of my good clients, and the conversation was around, should I renovate or buy new? Should I add on to what I already have, or should I go look for a new house? That's a topic that a lot of my clients are interested in. So let's talk about it. I'm Nick Waldner with the Waldner Winners team of Keller Williams. And first, if you want to have lunch, reach out. I love lunch. I'm always open. If you're a past client, we've never had lunch, hey, I'm just a phone call away. Anyway, so we're sitting at lunch, we're talking about a few things, and we're going over the different options that he has with his family and what they want to do. And we started with what most people in their house right now think about is, wow, I've got a great interest rate. His current interest rate is 2.65. So he's thinking maybe I should stay in this house. So now we talked about, well, why would you want to move anyway? He's had a couple of kids. They're starting to outgrow their current house. And we started thinking about, well, what would it look like if I renovated? And here's a couple of things I want you to think about. If you're in that position and you're thinking, should I sell and buy, or should I renovate and stay? So number one, we first have to understand if your house can accept the renovations. What does that mean? So for example, if you paid $400,000 for your home and you're thinking about a $200,000 renovation, so you're going to be in it for $600,000, is it even viable to sell your house for $600,000 in your neighborhood? Now, some people, you could sell your house for $800,000 or $900,000 if you put the money into it. So it's a no-brainer. It's something you could talk about and start immediately. I've had other clients that the most expensive sale in their neighborhood was $375,000. So if they're in it for $400,000 and the most expensive sold for $400,000 or for $375,000, they're going to struggle to get their money out of it. So number one is determining if you have the latitude to do the renovation and sell for what you now have in it. And guys, I don't want you to sell your house for what you put into it. I want you to buy it for $400,000, put $200,000 into it, and then it's worth $800,000. That's a true investment. Number two is, does your house have what's needed in your next renovation? What I mean by that is, for him, a new kitchen and a new massive family room was really important. But unfortunately, his house was built in the 1950s. Everything in the entire home is 8-foot ceilings. So for him, the big, open, airy feel with 8-foot ceilings was going to be a hard thing to accomplish unless he started raising the roof and taking things up and finding ways to raise the roof line. It got super expensive, super fast. So for that particular instance, it might not work. However, I've had other clients that had houses built in, let's say 2000, 2005, that had the open feel they wanted, and they simply extended the back, went out on the left, went on the right, developed or grew the home over top of the garage or added a second garage, which they could then use the space above there. There was much more room to develop the way they wanted to live rather than being stuck with what they actually had. And then I've had several clients that have looked at all these different options and just decided, you know what? It's probably better to sell here and buy somewhere else. Because you don't want to be the most expensive house in the neighborhood. You don't want to be the house that put all the money in and nobody else did, because now you're sitting as the most expensive house in the neighborhood, and the next buyer doesn't want to move into a neighborhood that they're already at the top. They want to move into a neighborhood that still has room. They want to buy a house for $1 million, knowing there's other homes in the neighborhood that sold for 1.4. That's typically what buyers are looking for. So don't be the most expensive home in the neighborhood. Make sure that it has the physical features that you want in the end result, specifically the ceiling height or the openness. And number three is make sure you're not over improving for your neighborhood. So this is a lot, and you're never going to get this in a 3 or 4 minute video. So give me a call. If you're thinking about staying put and doing a renovation, let's talk that through together. If you're in that position, you're thinking about doing a renovation or you're thinking about selling and buying something different, let's have the conversation. I don't want you to over improve your house, which puts you outside of the market when you do decide to sell later on. I also don't want you being in a house that doesn't have the features you're looking for in your renovations. But if it happens to be true that you can stay in your interest rate and add to what you need, that might be the best option for you. Reach out to me, Nick Waldner, with the Waldner Renter team of Keller Williams. I'm happy to discuss all of it and help you make the best decision for your family.